So the special event just wrapped up over in the Netherlands, and of course we have some crazy results to look at, but there's one deck that really stood out for me specifically, and that is going to be the Okidogi deck, which we did see piloted by Matthew on stream. And this is just one of those decks that you really don't see too often. It's kind of just a meme deck, but we actually got to see it do pretty well and win a game on stream. And looking at the results, Matthew was actually just one win away from top cut. Now looking at the results right here, you can see that he did end up in 31st place with the Okidogi, so very impressive. Honestly, top 32 is nothing to be ashamed of in an event with over 1,000 players. And again, he was only one win away from making that top 8, so we really could have seen Okidogi in top 8. Now as you can see, this right here is the list. There's some interesting inclusions that I want to talk about, so today I'm going to show you guys the list, kind of talk about how the deck works, and then we'll get into a little bit of gameplay as well, so you can kind of see how the deck functions. I'll also have the list posted in the description below. Again, shout out to Matthew for placing so well at this event with this deck, because yeah, we haven't seen a placement like this for Okidogi really ever. So all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the list a little bit here. As you can see up first, we do have the Dunsparce. This of course is going to be our main draw engine. You always want a Dunsparce on the board because you can always evolve into Runaway Draw, shuffle back into the deck, and then draw 3 more cards. It's honestly a really good card, especially because a lot of the Dunsparces have 70 HP, so they're kind of safe from things like Phantom Dive. Obviously with Hawlucha, they can, you know, pick up the knockout, but for the most part, 70 HP will protect you, and then you'll be able to evolve. Any damage you have on there will go away because you're going to shuffle it back into the deck. It's a really good draw option, having one of these on the board at all times, and then also like a Fezandipiti, for example. You know, if they Iono you down to 2, you're basically guaranteed to draw 6 more cards. So it's honestly just a really nice draw engine. I'm a big fan of the Dunsparce. I've been playing a lot of the Roaring Moon deck, and honestly, it's just kind of insane to be able to draw so many cards, but I will say playing that in person is kind of rough. You do a lot of shuffling. Matthew also included one copy of the Dunsparce EX for the Tenacious Tail attack, which does 60 damage for each EX Pokemon in play. This can be very good against a lot of different decks, specifically decks like Raging Bolt, which has Teal Mask Ogerpon. It has Raging Bolt, so lots of EXs. It's just a really nice, you know, stage 1 Pokemon that costs 1 energy to attack, and it's one of those kind of surprise factor things too, you know, where you're constantly using Dunsparce as a draw engine, but you do kind of also have this option in the back as a really strong attacker that has 270 HP, so honestly very solid attacker here and a great inclusion. Our main attacker here is of course going to be the Okidogi, which is a very solid attacker. I didn't realize how solid this card actually is, but as I started to play the deck, like I kind of understood it more, you know what I mean? It has good punch, 70 damage, doesn't sound crazy, but it does have the Adrena Power ability. So if a dark energy is attached to this Pokemon, it gets 100 more HP and its attacks do 100 more damage. You're hitting for 170 as a single prize card, and you're also going to have 230 HP. You slap a Bravery Charm on top of that, you're sitting at 280 HP. So very, very tanky single prize Pokemon that's able to hit for 170, which is a very decent amount of damage. Now the reason why this is so good is because you do use Luminous Energy. So your attack costs 2 fighting energy, right? So if you attach 1 fighting energy, that's fine. But you also want to attach like a Luminous Energy or your A-Spec Legacy Energy. And that's because this card counts as every type of energy, but only 1 energy at a time. And so the way that works is, basically when you're not attacking, it counts as a dark energy, so you get that HP boost. And then whenever you do attack, it also counts as that fighting energy, so you get that damage buff as well. Basically, all you need for Okidogi is 1 fighting energy and then 1 of these special energies, and you're able to get the HP buff. You're able to do the, you know, damage buff as well. So basically, you're able to do that for only 2 energies. And again, the A-Spec is the Legacy Energy, which is essentially the same thing, except that when your opponent knocks out that Pokemon, they're taking no prize cards for it. So it really kind of helps with the prize trade, just having a bunch of single prizers, and then, you know, setting up a board state to where you kind of force them to knock out your Okidogi and take no prizes. It can really set your opponent back and kind of always allow you to kind of play ahead, especially because we do play like a lot of bosses orders and things like that, so we can kind of boss around what we're trying to knock out. Even if we're not taking 1-hit KOs, it's okay because we do have Legacy Energy, which helps a lot. So yeah, this is a very solid attacker. Again, 230, potentially 280 HP, hitting for 170 in combination with some of our other stuff. It's kind of insane. And keep in mind, there's a lot of Pokemon weak to fighting, like Fezandipiti, Iron Hands, all the electric Pokemon, so it's a really solid attacker. Our last big attacker here is Scizor with the Punishing Scissors attack, which does 10 damage plus 50 more for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play that has an ability. This is good against a lot of different decks. A lot of decks play a lot of different abilities. You look at decks like Gardevoir has a few different ones. Even Dragapult, before they really get fully set up, they have all the cloaks and things like that. You know, Frostlass, Munkidori. There's a lot of different decks that have a lot of different abilities. This is a very situational attacker, but honestly, it's pretty much always a good option. Like, most decks always have abilities in play, and you know, you're basically, you know, let's say they have 3 abilities in play, you're hitting for 160 for 1 energy. So honestly, just kind of always a very solid option to have, just to kind of always have a Scyther on your board. And what's nice is that Scyther does only have like no retreat cost, so it is one of those Pokemon you can kind of have out there. If something gets knocked out, you can push it up, you know, do what you need to do, and then retreat into whatever you need to retreat into. So overall, very solid attacker. Our 3-minute attackers here are Scizor, Okidogi, and then we also have the Dunsparce EX as an option. And that's essentially it for our attacking Pokemon. You know, for support Pokemon, we do also have Munkidori, which is nice because, again, Okidogi with 280 health, you're going to probably take some hits, so you can move that damage right back to your opponents. So, you know, 60 plus 170, that's 230, so again, that's going to knock out most Pokemon in the format, except for, you know, the big EXs and things like that. But Munkidori is a very smart inclusion here. Fezandipiti for the draw power, and then Iron Bundle to be able to push things out of the active spot. Overall, all the Pokemon flow together very well. It feels very nice. Looking at the deck, it might seem kind of confusing at first, but after playing it for a little while, like, I definitely understand it. It makes sense, and honestly, it works very well. As far as the other cards go, you know, pretty self-explanatory here. We got Iono for hand disruption, a lot of that. We have Crispin because we're kind of always trying to set things up as well. It's kind of a nice way to kind of get your Okidogi set up, because you can search your deck for like a dark and a fighting energy, and if you have a special energy in your hand, then you can kind of attach that already on top of that. So really, you know, a nice choice to have Crispin in there as well. We do have the 3 bosses orders, which feels really good, being able to boss things up. Research, you know, for that early game, you know, if you get bad hands, research will save you. We also have the Colress to set up the Okidogis with the stadium, being able to, you know, basically put Artazon into play to get your Okidogi, and then being able to get that special energy, which can be kind of hard to find sometimes. And then, of course, we have Pokemon Search, you know, Super Rod, double Bravery Charm, the 3 Artazons, and then all of our energies there. And I did find Matthew's Twitter here, where he kind of talked a little bit more about his run and answered some different questions and things like that. Kind of insane to look at. He played a lot of Gardevoir. He did play a lot of Joltik box, which is like a very favorable matchup because they have a lot of abilities. Everything's weak to fighting, so that's a really good matchup, I feel like. And yeah, he just ended up losing to Raging Bolt, like, to get into top 8, which is kind of insane. Especially the fact that he was able to beat so many Gardevoirs, because that sounds like a very bad matchup. But yeah, kind of looking at everything that he said here, he does recommend going first, which I agree with. You know, I was playing a lot of this online, and going first just feels so much better because, you know, a lot of times you're not really going to attack first turn if you're going second. So by going first, you can get that extra energy attachment and basically guarantee that you're going to hit turn 2. So it's really, really smart to go first if you can. It just makes a lot of sense. And again, he also mentioned that the Joltik box matchup is very favorable, and everything else is pretty much like a 50-50. So yeah, very fun list. I'm excited to test it out here. And again, I will have it posted in the description below if you guys want to test it out yourselves. Let me know what you think about Okidogi, and let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. Okay, I'm going second. Nice. I feel like ever since I hit Arceus, I've just been running into like meme decks. Literally what it feels like. Yesterday I ran into Festival Lead. I ran into a lot of Grimmsnarl, which is not really a meme deck. But what else did I run into? I don't remember. I ran into some weird stuff. I don't remember. Looks like we're up against Flareon box probably. Boosted Evolution. Yeah, they're gonna get all set up here. The Eevees out, the Noctowls. I think I'm gonna go for the Iono play next turn. Like an Artazon to get Okidogi out, attach Bravery Charm and Energy, and then get going from there. I do want to keep the Scizor in hand, but that's fine. I don't know how good Scizor is in this matchup. Is Sylveon weak to Steel? I don't remember. I don't remember if it's weak to Metal or not. I feel like it would be, but I don't know. Nice, of course. Just throw a Wellspring in there, why not? Might as well. Okay, so they're fully set up here, so I'm gonna need something off this Iono here. That's for sure. Fighting Energy, nice. Okay, let's go Dogi here. Energy. Bravery Charm. Iono. Okay, now we're cooking a little bit here. Got you. Get I think I grab second Dunsparce here, not gonna lie. Fez would be nice to just kind of have out right now, but I also don't want him to trap it. So I'm also gonna wait to play the other Okidogi, and I will just pass. I don't want him to bring up this one that has no energies. I mean, I guess I do have Crispin, but I kind of need a special energy here. Oh man, it's kind of tough. Yeah, like I said, it feels kind of awkward if you can't get your special energies out. I'm not too worried here. I can Ultra Ball, go into Dunsparce, draw 3 more cards, so I should be able to find it, but we'll see. Yeah, they go Antero there, interesting. You just gonna go Fan Rotom here? Let's see, is it weak to metal? It is! Ah, that's what I thought. See, look at that. Good to know. They have like no abilities in play right now. They just have Fan Rotom. They'll have Noctowls too, I guess. So that's fine. Okay, Scyther gets knocked out. That's okay. I can get another one out here. Let's go Okidogi. I can draw into some things here. Look at that. Let me go ahead and do Dunsparce first, because I do need a lot of basics out anyway, so that's fine. Ooh, we get Legacy Energy. Look at that. Dunsparce, Okidogi, Artazon. Get a Scyther out on board. Good bundle here too. Bundle wouldn't be bad. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fine. I'm still gonna try to hopefully just draw into boss's orders. We'll see what happens here. Got 3 cards to find it. If not, I can Iono. Okay. That's fine. Well, yeah, I can just do this. And then I can... I'm gonna bundle first. I don't want him to see what he has in his hand. That way I can at least get rid of a Noctowl or something, or put some big damage onto an EX. Kind of my thought process here. And we Iono. This is gonna be good, because I don't think he has a way to move damage. What do I want to get here? I guess I can just get let's get Munkidori out. Let's just hit for 170. So I can just move damage later on in this case. Try to boss something up next turn maybe. The Dunsparce might actually be good in this one. Flareon could also be a problem here because Flareon hits exactly for 280. The good thing again though is his Legacy Energy. Even if he knocks this out, he's not taking any prize cards for it, so that feels pretty good. He has like no energies on board. I don't know what he's going for here. Fan call? I guess. Slow and steady loses the race, as they say. He is gonna get one of these guys set up though, which is kind of scary. But no Noctowls, which I'm really surprised about. Yeah, we gotta watch out for this guy over here, Angelite. Get that Legacy Energy. Let's go ahead and start moving some damage. Already wasted a Turo too, which is nice. I don't really want to research this hand away to get rid of my Super Rod, but I might have to. I guess I can just Crispin. Like, I don't really need to do anything else here. I mean, I know he's gonna Angelite me at some point, which is fine. Whatever. A good punch here. Keep taking prizes. If I can keep Munkidori out for another turn, I can knock out this Ogerpon here. And then I could honestly just boss up this Eevee and win the game. And I do have Scyther as well, so let's say he goes Angelite here. I could potentially boss for the win. I could evolve Scyther for the win, so I have some options here. Probably can't do it in one turn unless I top deck boss right here. Goes Magical Charm, okay. For no prizes, nice. Alright, sick. What do I want to switch into here? Let's go into Dunsparce. I can always shuffle back into the deck to switch out, so kind of like a free switch there. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go Artazon. We are gonna go Super Odd. One, 2, 3, 4. 120. I'm hitting for 240. Ah, not bad, not bad. We'll evolve this one. Let's go ahead and Artazon here. Got a few options, man. What do I want to do here? I don't have any damage on my side of the board, that's the problem. Let me just get a bundle on the board, and I guess I'll get rid of my hand. I need Scizor, I need Metal Energy. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're cooking. We're cooking. 3 Pokemon and play with abilities, 150. Yeah, we're knocking this thing out for sure. A runaway draw first. Luminous. Buddy Poffin. Let's get a Dunsparce back on the board. And we're gonna go ahead and I don't knock it out. Wait a second, I don't. Why did I think I knocked it out? Hold up. Did I do my math wrong? Oh, I was looking at Sylveon. I don't know why in my head I thought Sylveon had an ability. Okay, yeah, I'm throwing right now, actually. I kind of am. I'm kind of throwing right now, just a little bit. Just a little bit I'm throwing. That's fine. There's like a glare on the card. I don't know why in my head I was thinking this had an ability, so I was like, oh, okay, 4 Pokemon have an ability in play. We're chilling. 50 more damage for each of your opponents' play that has an ability. No, because, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm tired, man. It's like 7 in the morning. I'm sorry. I'm throwing right now, actually. I really am. Okay. It's all good. Okay. We could do double fighting here. That's fine. It's whatever. Just trying to get the knockout right now. I kind of don't really want to put Fezandipiti down, but I can. What do I want to do here? I mean, might as well, right? Let me just Iono. I'm definitely misplaying right now. I misplayed with the Scizor. That was a big misplay. I got a boss in hand, which feels really good. Got Okidogi, Munkidori, Luminous in my hand, so all feels very good. I'm really not too worried here. Hit with a good punch for 70. That's honestly fine. Whatever. I can attach Luminous next turn if I wanted to, but I can just attach Luminous, boss up the Eevee. I need to take like 10 damage and survive. That's all I need here. I'm definitely doing this the harder way for no reason. Could have just moved up to Dunsparce. More likely to take a hit, and then I could just move that damage, but it's whatever. I like how these Noctowls have just sat here the entire game. Like, Or these Hoot Hoots, I should say. I'm guessing he goes Noctowl here. I don't see why he wouldn't. Unless all Noctowls are prized. Maybe that's the last 4 prizes here. I don't know. I'm not understanding why you don't go for Noctowl. Okay, there it is. And I still feel pretty good here. I don't really see a world where he wins this, to be honest. Pokemon League headquarters, nice. Sick. What is the play they're going for here? Crystal, probably? Evolve, I'm guessing... Well, they don't have Crystal. They have Crispin. 130 accelerated energy. I mean, I guess. Okay. Alright. 3 EXs, so I'm hitting for 180 right now. Go to Dunsparce. How many cards in hand right now? Gonna boss up the Hoot Hoot, knock that out. Guess the play here. And I'll just kind of leave it at that, I think. If they hit me next turn, then I can just send that over with Munkidori. Only way they really get out of this is if they draw into electric energy. They try to saw block me here, I guess. Which would be very annoying, not gonna lie. But I don't see how they boss something up here. So I think I just win. I've only used 1 boss, so theoretically I should have at least 1 more of my deck. I run 3 here, so got 9 cards left. I'm gonna draw 1. I'll have 8 left. I can Dunsparce for 3 more. Got a good chance of finding it. Or you just top deck it. That works too. Alright, let's go. Hey, there's the Okidogi. That's what I'm talking about. I definitely misplayed with the Scizor. Like I said, I wasn't thinking. I don't know why I saw more abilities than there actually were, but ended up clutching it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, a very fun, creative deck. I love to see decks like this do well. These single prize kind of decks, kind of off-meta Pokemon that we really don't see too much of, especially as we're kind of changing formats here. It's just really cool to see a Pokemon like this. It's one of those cards that I feel like has potential, and we've kind of seen bits and pieces of it, but I don't think we've ever seen a placement this high. So top 32, very impressive. And again, just 1 win away from top 8, so kind of insane. Again, if you guys want to test it out, I'll have the list in the description below, so make sure you check it out and let me know what you think of the deck in the comments. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.